All right, we're live. Welcome to Chords and Chaos, my friends. If y'all don't mind telling me who you are and what you do in the band.
My name's Ethan. I sing and I play guitar.
I'm John, and I play the drums.
Nice to meet both of y'all, and welcome to the Chords and Chaos. I don't know if who was actually in charge of the Instagram page, but this is actually my 1 year anniversary of doing my podcast. So glad to have y'all on as my 1 year anniversary. It's pretty awesome to bring y'all on, and glad
Thanks for
y'all are
having
here.
us.
So, yes, sir. So let's see here. For listeners just discovering you, how do you usually describe Midsummer Motel?
John has a good answer for this.
I do. I guess it's like indie rock, kind of heavy, kind of dark, kind of weird, kind of dreamy.
Right.
Someone called us dream punk one time. I'll take that.
I can kind of see that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a little misleading, but
I do too, honestly. I don't. I mean, I kind of see it, but I don't.
it sounds really cool. But
I see more shoegaze
yeah, for sure.
than
I
more
think
dream pop.
we had the term art pop for a minute.
Oh, alternative art pop.
Alternative art pop.
I've
But
never heard that in my
That
life.
kind of
To be
works
honest.
too.
yeah, I think
That's
if you
a
say
new one.
that to anyone, they'll think you're pretty pretentious about
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard that one, to be honest.
Yeah.
But then again, in 2026, we got so many damn genres and labels. It's crazy.
I know.
It's
know.
wild. So Atlanta has such a layered music history. What did growing up here and starting a band here give you that another city maybe wouldn't have gave you?
Well, I think the Atlanta scene in general that we're in, I'm very grateful to be in that, especially the underground Atlanta scene. That's probably like the heart of it.
Right.
And I don't know, I think we've just met a lot of people in that scene that are just really cool. Uh, yeah, I don't really know how in ways it's more unique, I would say. But I just love Atlanta in general.
I feel you. You want to catch up on that, John, or not?
Oh, sure. I wasn't sure if
that
that was my invitation to talk. Yeah, I mean, yeah, totally what Ethan said. I definitely agree. I would also say just like the infrastructure we have for in terms of venues, I think is really strong, and I think it's a lot. I don't want to say better, but I feel like there's a lot more opportunities here to play, kind of
right?
at any level, whether you're starting out or pretty big. I mean, obviously, there's always going to be opportunities for bigger bands, but there's just a lot of options in terms of different venues to play when you're a band starting out.
I agree. I mean, you got what y'all got your start at Eddie's, right? Eddie's Attic.
I'd say, well, our start I would say is Peachy Corners Cafe in
Yeah.
Peachtree Corners.
Okay.
Those were our first gigs.
Yeah.
The first real venue we played though was the Masquerade.
Yeah.
I would say.
Okay.
That was the one.
We're getting
Old
more
one,
into
old mask over off of Ponce or
Nah.
the newer one.
The newer one.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I do know that which one of my buddies actually, he's friends with y'all. It's Caleb Justice of Frigga 5.
Of course.
Which I love Caleb. Caleb's an awesome guy. He's a super nice kid. I had him on here. He actually closed out 2025 with me. So shout out to Caleb and Frigga.
Shout out Caleb.
Well,
They're
Caleb
awesome.
35.
Yeah, he is. And another band that I haven't talked to, but you know they're in the Atlanta scene. They're very good, in my opinion. Is Pinto Sunshine.
Yeah,
They are great.
I feel like those guys are really good. Another good one. They're not so much y'all scene, but they're blowing up a lot. Silly Goose, of course. I mean,
yeah.
And then who else? Who else we got from the city that's really good?
We got Wayuka and Estrella.
Yes.
Jaguar Glass.
Oh, I was about to say them. Jaguar Glass, yes.
Yeah. Really
What's
cool.
the other one that I knew of? Jaguar Glass. A kid I went to high school with, he's if you know Quinn Brophy, he's the drummer for this band, and I cannot think of what they're called now. Bad Guru.
I've seen that name.
Have you heard of them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know Quinn. I went to high school with him. So shout out Bad Guru. And yes, to the people in the comment section, this is live, you guys. Welcome and thank you for coming in. Some people are asking some stupid questions. I don't know if you can see them.
No, I can't.
All right, well, then we're good.
We got Harry Potter and Dustin.
Yes.
This Harry Potter actor. No, not yet.
Nah, if y'all are calling him a Harry Potter actor, I say he's more Stranger Things Dustin.
They're referring to me. I still haven't heard back from that audition. Let's see.
You still haven't got your money for it?
Yeah, I was trying to be Sirius Black, but I don't know if they're gonna go with me.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember the first moment where the project felt like a real band and not just an idea anymore?
I think so.
Probably when you put the first song out, it kind of, I think the name and the identity kind of solidified a little bit more.
Right.
Which was nice. And I feel like from there we just had a clear vision on who we're supposed to be, because for a minute you're just kind of imitating as many people as you can until you kind of get a hold on who you're supposed to be. And then, so yeah, I think once you did that, and the whole process of writing, recording, distributing the song, it just demystifies the whole process, and you kind of feel like, oh wow, this is the real thing. But you know, I guess now, since we've done it so many times, it's not as special. But yeah.
Yeah, that first song definitely did feel like that. Mm-hmm. Mostly because like people like actually listen to it. Because like that song vastly outperforms most of our catalog. And for a while that was our only song, and it was on all these playlists and it got all these streams, and I pull up my phone, and on Spotify for Artists you can look at all the playlists it's on, and I'm like, wow, there's like, you know, like not hundreds, but like, well, maybe there's a lot of playlists that it's just on, and seeing that number get up, grow and grow and grow and grow and get to like tens of thousands of streams for our first release, that was really cool. And then that song was on an EP that we put out like that next year, probably, or like the end of that year. And we did like an EP release show. And that a lot of people came to that and like knew the songs.
Like when
and we started getting like more like serious gigs after that. Like pretty much a month after that was when we played the Masquerade for the first time.
That Masquerade show, especially, just hearing people sing the songs was another really cool moment.
Yeah.
And you just did one at Georgia Tech, correct? Recently?
I did.
You did.
Because I mean, John unfortunately came down with the flu.
Yeah, that's what that's why we had to reschedule. I do remember that.
Struck down by the flu monster.
Yeah.
My nephew just got that.
The one that goes to UGA?
Oh no, my his little brother. He
Oh, okay.
had it.
Because it's going around at UGA. I bet
but I've heard about it at UGA right now. I mean, it's going around everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
disgusting.
But that was a good show, despite everything that happened. A lot of really cool bands and people that played.
I hear some drums in the background.
Sorry, I didn't know if you would hear it or not. That's my roommate's band. I'll mute when I'm not talking, so you don't have
No,
to
you're good. You don't have to do
listen
that,
to
man.
that.
No, you're good. You're good. You're perfectly fine. You're a college kid, man. It happens. You gotta do what you gotta do. Let's see. So, how did the band originally come together, and what was the shared vision early on?
You got it, John.
So we're both from Dunwoody. We were both in different bands at one point, and I saw Ethan played a Battle of the Bands, and I was like, oh wow, that guy's really good. And those bands kind of did their thing. They ran their course, and eventually we were both kind of looking for a new project. And I was like, I'm going to ask that Ethan guy if he wants to jam. And so I did, and it ended up working out. And I guess really the vision at that point was just to like start like a serious, real band that, wrote original music and recorded it and released it and did, more serious shows. And yeah, we would just play at Peachy Corners Cafe every month or so. And that was the early days of Midsummer Motel.
And you said you're from Dunwoody?
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all go to Dunwoody High School?
Yeah, we did.
Do y'all happen to know an Emigres Phobos or a Jackson Phobos?
I don't think so.
I'm related to them. They went to Dunwoody. Really? Yeah. So.
Huh. It's from.
Also, you got the great Ryan Seacrest that went to Dunwoody High School as well.
Yeah. Of course. Giving us a football field.
Yeah, I was gonna say a football field is about to be named after him, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Finally, don't have to share Fulton Stadium or whatever it is anymore.
I don't remember the name of it now. But it probably wasn't Fulton because it's in Chamblee.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Which is in DeKalb, yeah.
Yeah. So your name, Midsummer Motel, feels very visual and cinematic. What does it represent to you emotionally?
So, am I frozen for you guys?
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I look freaking frozen. Okay. What does the meaning? I mean, when we came up with the name,
are we frozen?
What?
Are we frozen?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just making sure I wasn't frozen or he wasn't frozen.
Okay, cool. The name took a minute. I think we just had a big list of names, and I knew we wanted something that kind of had a feeling, and the idea of just having it be a place was really cool to us.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we just had a big list of names. Like we were messing with hotel and motel, and we also went through like maybe two. I think it was 3 other band names, but none of them were right or like unique or stuck out.
Right, none of them stuck.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess we just stuck with that one, and I'm glad we took the time on it because, still nowadays I think it's pretty consistent with the vibe we're going for. So.
I like that.
Yeah,
and I respect it.
Yeah.
Would you say that's the same for you, John?
Yeah. Not much to add there. Just some
before it was.
I don't remember what it was.
It was the Midsummer Motel.
I don't know what. Oh yeah.
And then it took us like years to get the D taken out.
So annoying.
Yeah, but finally got it.
Do you feel like your music reflects a specific emotional headspace or times of your life?
Certainly. Yeah. I think especially I'd say that our latest album reflects mostly on I guess like the our current time in our life, just kind of I guess reflecting on growing up, themes of fear for the future, and also dwelling on things from the past and living with just a bunch of change, you know? So I think we
Right.
both kind of have this theme of escapism from that, because the whole album we have this whole have this whole story and kind of lore thing where basically these characters escape to this place that's kind of like a shrine or the vernal pool. It's like a lake, or kind of it's just this make believe place, but we kind of use that as like our the theme for escapism. It's like a dreamlike quality.
Somebody, the reason I just laughed is somebody actually just said in the comment section, "Is that Dustin?"
Oh my god, dude.
Yes, I'm Dustin from Stranger
Yes,
Things.
yes, it is. He's in Midsummer Motel in Atlanta as well. Y'all didn't know this, but now you do.
I'm using John's computer, so
John.
my name is John.
Yeah, we all
Change the
know
name
who
to
John is.
Matarazzo. That's a perfect marketing.
I'm actually Gaten Matarazzo. Yes.
Yeah, we don't know who this John guy is. He just put a random name in there.
Yeah.
I thought of the stupidest name imaginable. Just put it there.
So when a song starts, what usually comes first? Goes lyrics, mood, melody, or the noise?
I guess we'll trade off, John.
It's probably a melody thing, I would say. I don't think we've ever really been in a situation where we have like a lyric that we're super stoked about and that we really want to like put to music. So yeah, it's mostly can you hear the band rehearsing? Is it like really
You're good, bro. You're good.
yeah, it's definitely like a melody structure thing most of the time, I would say.
I like that.
Yeah. Definitely, definitely never start. I feel like when you say, let's start with the chords, that's a recipe for just not making a good song. You know? I think John's right. It's always the melody or kind of aesthetic or theme for the song,
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like if you have a great melody, then the lyrics can all come together.
Right. Of course. I mean, that's where the character is.
Right.
Because I mean, you could take like you give the same song to like a bunch of different artists. They're all gonna sing it differently.
I agree.
And it's all gonna be unique in their own way. In my opinion.
So is there a song that was emotionally hard to finish, but it was necessary that you wrote it?
Oh my god, dude. We have this song called Helmont County Search Party.
Uh-huh.
And that song was really difficult for us to make, because that opening up the album, we needed to set the stage to tell the story that we needed. And I just remember there was maybe I think it was a year that we were just sending back and forth, because we had it done. We were like, no, this isn't it. We just kept going back and forth, and we'd be like, oh, it doesn't sound good when you say it. Oh, but I'm not saying what I want to say. So we had to find a really good in between with all of that. And I think we did it the best way we can with the way it is now. So yeah, I'd say the first track off the album is like by far the hardest one, lyric wise, for us to finish.
I like that track, Beat the Horse.
Oh yeah.
That one's really good. I really like that one. And I think that was actually the first one that I really got into and started listening to. And I was like, okay, this band's really, really good. And I'm glad they're an Atlanta-based band.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm glad that's the one that really got you into it.
Right. And then, how I actually discovered you guys was, what is it? The Black Market playlist, like podcast type thing for
Yeah.
Instagram. It had like all the newest upcoming shoegaze bands from the Southeast. And I just went through and I was like, you know what? I'm an ATL person. Y'all are too. And I kept going through and I was trying to see who was from here. And I was seeing you guys and I was like, let me go check them out. Let me listen to what they got going. And I was like I said, with Beat the Horse, I heard that. And I was like, all right, sold. Let me shoot them a message and let's make something happen.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Black Market.
Right.
Yeah.
Black Market. I feel like they've been putting a lot of, Atlanta-based bands on the scene right now and helping a lot of them get more popular, I guess, would be the right word to say.
Yeah.
So definitely shout out to them. Let's see. So how do you decide when a song is done, especially with layered or atmospheric tracks? I didn't ask that, did I?
Oh, no, you didn't.
Okay. Making sure I'm not going over what I've already asked.
I think at every stage of the process, we're just like, is this enough? I think because ever since we started, we always had this idea of minimalism, because we played in a trio. I mean, we play in a trio now, but I guess we like the idea of like that, like that's it, that's all we need.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that kind of built the foundation for how we arrange songs now, because we're just like, well, first of all, you gotta ask, like, can we play this live?
Mm-hmm.
Is it unique? Is it cool? Is it simple? Do we enjoy it? And then yeah, I think a good example is the same song, the Helmholtz County Search Party. I remember when we were making that, we just kept saying, like, if we feel like it needs something, but we don't know what it needs,
Mm-hmm.
and then we just kept adding things and just realizing it just did nothing, So we realized we just had to strip it back just so much more just to keep it what it is, because I think you start it's you can easily over produce or add too many things. I think it's kind of in my opinion, kind of a delicate process.
I can definitely see that, because I feel like if you add too much and you have like too many pedals or too many bass, too heavy of a bass or something, that it can really mess up a song.
Yeah, definitely. We've definitely learned from our mistakes in the past by doing that.
And if I'm not mistaken, you guys started as a band in 2021 or 22?
John and I started playing together in like 2020.
Ooh,
I
so
think.
pre-COVID era.
Yeah, we're a COVID band.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's cool, but it also made it probably really hard at the same time. But it probably made it a little bit easier as well, because you with the lockdown and everything, you got that time to actually focus on what you wanted to write.
Yeah, I mean, we were essentially so bored that we started the band, I guess. But then also, I mean, when COVID also started to clear up, places were looking for people to play.
Right.
Like especially the coffee shops are like, no one comes here anymore. We need people to bring people into our business. So we're just like, that's perfect for us. So,
right.
Yeah.
Because it's nice melody, shoegazy. It's not screamo or anything like that that's going to scare a customer away or make them drop their coffee in the middle of the store because you screamed a lyric.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, we've definitely irritated some people.
They'll get over it.
Yeah.
So let's see. Would you like to add to that, John, or did he go over pretty much everything there?
Yeah.
All righty. We'll move forward with questions. Let's see. What did recording your recent material teach you about yourselves as a band? I guess for this, we can start with John, if that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, the big lesson that I think the big thing I took away from it was that, like, it is extremely difficult as a band, as an independent band, to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when we were finishing the album, it was like recording the album, figuring out promotional material, booking shows, doing all this stuff at once. And that was just so hard because, you look at how bigger bands tend to run a release.
Right.
And they're doing all that stuff, but they have a team and they have professionals that assist in that process. And
right, managers and all that shit.
And yeah, and for us it was Ethan, me, and Joseph, our sound person, who also helps us with. I'm so sorry, this rehearsal is so loud, but
You're good, man.
But yeah, like, to me that was the thing of just like, it's just really important to, like, whatever your main focus is at the time, like, kind of eliminate everything else that you think you should be doing and, like, just focus on that thing. And there's a time for your focus to shift to other things, but it's just like doing that all at once is really, really hard and maybe not as effective as you would think, or the payoff just maybe isn't as good as you would want.
Right.
So not so much a recording question, just that's more, or recording centric answer, but that was the biggest thing I learned from it.
I like that. All right, Ethan, what you got?
What we learned. I think we definitely learned a lot, just like on a small scale,
mm-hmm.
like recording, because we were bouncing between I guess, like, I think it was three different studios, and then a lot of it just in John's basement. But moving around, I guess this project was, a big goal of it was to just learn as much as we can.
Mm-hmm.
So there's things like recording so that it fits into the mix, because we've done that before, but we haven't spent like an hour like dialing it into to that extent, and I'm really glad that, I guess, I for one was able to learn a lot from that, and I'm happy because a lot of those I recorded myself, and I didn't think I'd be able to do that, to be honest, because watching people like Joseph Price, I'd say he's a band member, but he's been with us since like 2020.
Uh-huh.
But he's like our producer, sound engineer, and like watching people like him do it, you just think, oh wow, it's like magical how they make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess once you get so immersed in it, you just impress yourself because you're just like, oh wow, did I really just do this myself?
Right. Did I do that?
Yeah. So it's yeah, I guess there's just a lot of, especially on the technical recording side, that I think we learned.
I like both of y'all's answers really well there. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's definitely pretty cool. I feel like when you make it yourself, and you look back at it and you're like, damn, I made that? And you're like, hell yeah, I made that. And it kind of, I feel like when you probably play y'all songs back and you're listening to it, both of you're probably listening to it and you're like, damn, we really did this shit, Yeah.
It's a combination of like, we love it, but there's also so many things we change. But you also have to come to terms that even if it was the most perfect thing ever, you would still find something wrong with it,
I feel like you'll always do that, just as it's human nature.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
How do you avoid over polishing when atmosphere is such a big part of your sound?
How do we avoid over polishing? Well, I think, or John, do you want to answer? Do you have an answer for this? I'm kind of rambling off the top of my head.
I can't really think of anything. Yeah, off the top of my head, I wouldn't say like over polishing, or I wouldn't say we really think about those terms a lot. I guess
Right.
polishing or over polishing. I guess that's kind of a mixing thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are definitely songs where we wanted certain rhythms and certain patterns and certain melodies to have a certain amount of clarity.
Right.
That that you can lose when you're going for a big atmospheric sound. But really, at the end of the day, when you want those kinds of things to still pop and still have atmosphere, like there's really just like a little bit of work that has to be done with certain frequencies. Like Flies, for example, like has like really big, really heavy guitars as like the main like driving thing in the song.
Right.
And like my crash cymbal, which I'm just wailing on in that song, was kind of getting in the way. So all that we did to add that clarity and polish it was just EQ the cymbal a little bit, so that you can still hear it, like you can still hear that it's there, but it's not clashing with the guitars as much.
Right.
So yeah, I guess
Got you.
that's the answer. It's just like polishing things just enough.
I got you. Do you prefer the chaos of the demo versions or the clarity of the final mixes?
Oh my god. Demoitis is definitely
I like
something we
chaos.
suffered with. What'd you say, John?
I like the chaos.
Yeah.
See,
I mean-
that's what makes a band cool, when one person kind of likes the chiller side, but one person likes the chaos of it. I feel like that's what makes a band come together, really.
Yeah, there's. I'm gonna tell, like, I always tell the story when someone asks a question about do you like the demos or the final polished version more. When we were recording Romanticy, that song came together in like a morning, and I just recorded like a really quick demo, and I something was with the guitar. It was just like 2 guitar tracks, and it was like pitched down 30 cents. I don't know why. I didn't even tune it. And then we went to go record it, and it just was not the same. It wasn't the same in the normal tuning. So I had to sit there tuning all the instruments down by 30 cents because it just wasn't the same. It was just it's everything is just slightly down in pitch, and I don't know why, but it just made such a big difference to that song.
Yeah, right.
I
get you.
So, but yeah, all the interns that were there were just so pissed, like waiting for me to tune the 12-string guitar down by the slightest amount.
Sorry, Tweed.
Sorry, Tweed. Shout out, Tweed.
Kayla.
Yeah.
It's our bad.
Yeah.
Somebody in the comments.
There's some very interesting comments.
I know, and I apologize because I don't know who half of these people are. Like, I really don't.
It's good.
And,
We have reached.
At least we're reaching people, so
Yeah.
that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it's showing y'all how many people we got right now. We got 3, and then I seen it like a second ago. It jumped up to like 20 people, and then it went back down. It's like it keeps fluctuating. So
Cool.
that's fine with me.
Nice.
People coming in and out.
Hell yeah.
So has audience response ever changed how you view a song after you released it?
Yeah, it has, unfortunately. I think we made Heavy Trip so that we could be included in the shoegaze scene, because we wanted to be in like all those all the festivals and things that they have, and I think it worked.
Right.
I mean, we try to not, go primarily off of what people want,
Right.
because I think you obviously start to lose direction if you abuse that. But I don't know. I think there's sort of like a loophole with knowing what how to hook people in with something. Like, we made a song called Turning into Mercury, and that was our attempt at drawing people in to this world that we're creating, because I think we're kind of aware that some of it is hard to get into,
Right.
But I think we knew with a song like that, this is like, okay, this is something people could get, and then if they get this, then they can more easily listen to the other stuff on the album. So
I like that. Respect it.
mhm.
So let's
I
see.
wouldn't say I have any major examples of like everyone's response changing the way I view a song. Because I don't know, I guess I'm just like pretty like confident or like pretty aware of like my personal taste. Like I feel like I'm very like in sync with that kind of thing.
Right.
And regardless of whether people love a song or hate a song, like I'm able to kind of push that aside and feel confident about my feelings about something.
Also, like, when people like hate the songs, like whenever someone hates a song, like really strongly hates a song, it also means there are people that really love the song. I
Right.
think the worst thing that someone could say is like, it's pretty good. I'd much rather have people be like, oh, I really don't like the song, or I really love this song. Because I feel like uh,
You'd rather
the
them give you constructive criticism than just lie to you and make up some bullshit
oh,
answer.
well, yeah, that too, but I think I like the idea of being polarizing.
Right.
You know, I think if you're polarizing, people get a sense of like, I can only get what they're giving only from them, and it keeps people coming back to you, you know.
Anything added, John? Or he covered everything. All right. All righty. There we go. So let's see. Um, how does your music translate live compared to the studio version?
I would say like it's all pretty similar. I mean, it's not any more different than like I guess most. I mean, it's not any different than like most bands' difference between their recorded and their live versions, because live is always going to bring. I mean, unless you really have your live sound dialed in,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to sound different. Like
Excuse me.
Garbage plays with like electronic drums, and there's tons of like sound isolation
Right.
live because Butch Vig is all like, well, it's got to sound exactly like the recording,
Mm-hmm.
which is certainly its own thing. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say we have like a super like burning desire to get it like exactly the same, but it's live. It's obviously a little bit louder,
Right.
and it's got more of like a raw thing to it, whereas the recordings are definitely more like polished in nature, I guess. Um, but yeah, like Ethan said, like making sure something every time we make a song, like we want to make sure that we can like convincingly pull it off live.
Right.
So, and we have like backing tracks nowadays that add in some of the elements that we can't get between the three of us on stage. But it's not like we go in when we make the backing tracks and just get every single track that we can't play and put it on there. It's usually some kind of combination of a bunch of different sounds or one of the sounds that we can't play, rather than just going for an exact copy.
Like that. I like that. Let's see. Do you approach live shows emotionally or technically?
I think you gotta have a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I think technically all the way up to the point where till you're on stage actually performing, you know?
Mhm.
Because I mean, I guess sometimes you forget that, this is like our job, you know?
Right.
You can't, I don't know, I'm not gonna clear our beer tab before we go on stage or anything like that. I mean, I'm sure I play great, but I mean, I'm like gonna pass out and not load out or anything.
Right.
Yeah, I think we definitely know how to intertwine both of those.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Atlanta crowds can be unpredictable. What's been your most memorable show that you guys have played?
Probably. I mean, there's definitely a lot, but the one that immediately came to mind was it Charleston or was it Savannah? That festival thing?
Oh, like the one from Memorial Day weekend
Infinite Freefall?
with Infinite Freefall. That was Charleston. Yeah, the
That was
festival.
Charleston. Yeah, that was
pretty memorable.
that was pretty.
Yeah.
Basically,
Charleston's beautiful too. So
it was very beautiful. So we played this tour with Infinite Freefall, and this last day we pulled up. It was pouring rain. It was like the third day of like, it was like this Woodstock style, those
Right.
like in the woods, like art kind of festival things. And we pull up, and there's like a wedding going on. We pull up like right in front of the
In
wedding,
this
like
giant van,
yeah, it was a
huge
giant van.
gray van in the middle of the woods,
And I was like, I thought this was like
pulling
the
up next to this wedding.
we thought it was the stage where we like load in, but we pulled up like, everyone was looking at us like, oh shit, this is a wedding. And then we found the actual stage, and everything was soaked. All the iPad and monitors and the kit, everything was soaked. And we were supposed to go on like 20 minutes, and this guy with like mud up to his knees comes up to us, and he's like, all right, I'm going to be ready in like an hour. And so we leave, and then we come back, and John's losing his shit at this point.
I would have too. I would have been like, yo, we're here, and you want us to wait an hour? Like,
Yeah. And then we come back, and then he's still, not ready. So we ended up just jamming with the bass player from Infinite Freefall for like maybe 30 minutes, and some people watched, and yeah, that was just very, very memorable, because usually at those festivals on the last day, everyone is pretty out of it, So
now, what would have been even better, in my personal opinion, is if you had to just walk down the aisle while these people were getting married and just start singing and strumming the guitar, like, hey, I'm here.
I mean, yeah, it's probably what they expected. I mean, I had a feeling this was just their way of getting bands to play at their wedding,
Right.
by framing it as a festival. But
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome, though. I like that.
Yeah.
Appropriately titled festival, Maybe Fest.
Maybe fest.
It's maybe a festival.
But then again, it was a wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a wedding, maybe a festival.
It's very interesting.
Yeah. John, what's your
Yeah.
what show do you think is most memorable?
I mean, that was certainly the most memorable in terms of just like it was such a uniquely strange experience.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I don't know. There's been a lot. I mean, like the first time we played Masquerade was really, really special. Just because like tons of my friends were there.
Right.
It was our first like real gig.
Right, and you can get
But-
all the homies to come out and whatnot.
Yeah. So that was really fun. We got to open for Almost Monday. That was really fun. I had a great time when we played the Bond House
Oh yeah.
with Slow Degrade was the touring band, and then it was Yearn from Atlanta. I was their last show in Atlanta before they moved.
I've actually talked to them a couple times. I'm trying to get them on here as well. Shout
Yeah,
out Yearn.
yeah, Yearn's great. And we got to play the 40 watt with Wayuka. That was really cool.
They're another actually Yearn and the one you just named. What'd you say, Wayuka?
Yeah,
They were both also added to that black market playlist of bands from the
Okay.
Southeast. So I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, they're good. They're really good. So,
yeah. Those are probably when it comes to like out of town gigs. Honestly, we had a really good show in Indianapolis at Healer DIY. Really cool DIY.
Oh yeah.
That was really fun. That was quite
the
memorable.
DIY shows are always the funnest, in my personal
Oh
opinion.
my god, of course.
At this level,
Yeah.
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 nothing better.
Because people always ask me, they're like, what's the difference? What do you think's the difference in a DIY show and like already put together shit? I was like, dude, everything's not put together, and that's what makes it kind of beautiful, is it just comes together on its own, you know?
Yeah. Right.
It's
So-
stressful.
Yes.
It's not
I
fun
can
to plan,
imagine.
but
No.
once you're there and once you're playing, it's good.
Let's see. So what kind of energy do you hope people leave with after seeing you guys live?
Oh man, I think just like a feeling of intrigue and obviously excitement. I
Mhm.
want people to leave the show like the way I used to leave the movie when I was a kid, like watching Spider-Man and I thought I was Spider-Man. I want people to leave our shows like that.
And speaking of that, do you remember as a kid, they used to have this like web blaster thing that you could get from like Walmart and Target and shit, and you'd literally go like that.
Oh,
like
yeah,
this,
yeah.
and it would shoot it was like the silly string stuff.
Yeah, I had that.
Yeah.
I shot my sister in the eye and my parents took it away.
Yeah, my dad had to take that thing away because, I was sitting there in the house one day and I was just shooting everything in the house with it, covering lampshades and everything. And I was like, I'm Spider-Man. And he's like, no, the fuck you're not.
Yeah. These things are so fun.
But yeah, I definitely, I like that. You definitely want that type of feel. Like in the movie theater when you leave and you've seen a really good movie and you're just like, yo, that's a great feeling.
It's like you don't want it to end,
Exactly.
or like sometimes I watch movies and I just forget about life and I just think I'm in the movie and then it ends and I'm just like, oh God, I got to return now.
Right.
So yeah, I think there's definitely the whole, I know John, he talks a lot about movie directors and kind of some of their philosophies when it comes to making things. And I think we kind of take a similar approach with our sets and our recordings.
Anything you want to add, John?
Yeah, like on that note of like the whole movie director thing, like Quentin Tarantino, there's a clip of him saying like, back in the old days, sort of in the golden age of movies, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
People would go out, get dressed, and they'd go to the theater, these really grand, big theaters, and they'd go see a show. And that was like it's a big event. And there's just a lot of respect and a lot of attention to detail in that whole thing, just like the way people used to dress when they go to shows and the way that theaters used to look. Um, it was an environment that just had a lot of respect for the people attending and the art being presented. So yeah, like we're just always sure to make sure that it feels like a show. Like people walk away
Right.
feeling like they experienced like something on the same level as like maybe not like a big pop show, but you know, if you go to the Tabernacle or something, and see
Exactly.
a pretty big band that has like a good amount of stage production and just a good sounding set. If you
I
just
love
give
the
people
tabby.
that,
The tabby is awesome. I love it.
yeah. It's just like just always like give people like a little bit more than what they're expecting. I guess is kind
Right.
Yeah.
of what I
Like
and that
for
can change.
people when they first, like you're saying, and I didn't mean to interrupt, but like when you first walk into the tabby, if you've never been, and you look up and you see all, the balconies and shit, it kind of blows you away, especially when you're at a good show and you look up and you see all these people on different balconies, and you're like, whoa, this place is really that damn big. And,
Yeah.
it kind of throws you back for a second. You're like, this is cool though.
Yeah. No, that place is really dope.
And I
Yeah.
believe, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it Panic at the Disco that the stage broke there? Like the
Oh,
stage.
seriously?
Yeah, Brandon Erie was from Panic back when they were actually a band. Rest in peace, one of my favorites. But Brandon was jumping around on stage, and the damn stage collapsed on him. Like the whole band fell through the floor.
Holy shit.
And yeah, and I think they tried to sue the tabby for it and everything.
Oh my
Don't
God,
quote
I
me
didn't
on
know
that, Tabernacle, if you're listening. I don't know if that's true. Don't sue me or nothing.
They comment.
Yeah,
Tabernacle
right.
just commented.
But yeah, he fell through the damn floor, and like they canceled that show, and I think they had to go find somewhere else to play. I don't even know where they went. I want to say they went to not the Masquerade, maybe Terminal West.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe it was Variety Playhouse. That's a good one too.
Probably wasn't Terminal West because that opened like long after Panic was a band.
Right. Well, this was, let's see, this would have been like right before COVID. So I want to say this was like probably 2018 or 19.
2014.
It was 2014.
February 7th. It's coming up. Yeah.
Wow. So it would have
Panic
been next week.
concert was evacuated.
Or actually, it would have been this weekend of 2014. That's crazy.
Wow. I did not know that.
Learn something new. So looking back, what version of yourself made the music you're most proud of?
I'm sorry, I got distracted from the comment. Can you repeat that question again?
Nice water bottle. Where'd you get it from?
Amazon.
Amazon, dog. You got it from Amazon. Looking back, what version of yourself made the music you're most proud of?
I like that question. Probably the
Wait,
really
mine
sad.
or the water bottle, or both?
No. Your question. The water bottle ones. That's my second favorite in that sequence. I think the very sad version of ourselves is probably the or maybe not the sad ones. Maybe the versions that are scared. You know.
Uh-huh.
I think that's like the version of myself that where unfortunately I feel like I make the best music. I don't know about John. I honestly feel like with John, like I don't think it could have happened if he wasn't the polar opposite, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think John is always grounding me with with writing these songs. So
Sorry, what was the question?
All right, good. I figured out
Thank-
a way. I
thank
put
you
that
for
guy in
that.
timeout.
Those
I
were
didn't know I
some-
could do that, but it said I put him in
There's some
timeout. So,
interesting comments.
yeah. So,
What was the question?
Sorry, I forgot what I even asked.
We're all a little thrown off right now
Yeah,
by
I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Henry.
I don't know. There's a way that I can turn comments off, but sometimes I don't know how. So I apologize. But
okay.
the question was, looking back, what version of yourselves made the music you're most proud of?
Oh, that's a very interesting question. Probably the version of myself that was just like not thinking too hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
I
probably.
feel like, when you play music, like it's kind of a two-edged sword. It's like the longer that you play and the more knowledge that you develop and the more skills that you master or get close to mastering, like you just carry all this baggage and you just have all these just things floating around in your head whenever you play.
Right.
Or whenever you write. That's just kind of always seeping into what you do, and you're just constantly wanting to, like, you're trying to always use that knowledge and always
Right.
like prove yourself in a way. And I feel like my best performances were from when I don't want to say I wasn't good, but like when I just didn't have as much to like think about.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's just drum parts on our first EP and whatever that I'm like, those are great parts. Like those were the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I'm more likely to look back on those favorably than like the new stuff sometimes, because I went into this new album with all these different ideas that maybe they didn't need to necessarily be in the final performance, but they were there anyway.
Right.
So yeah, I guess that's it. Simple version of myself.
I like that. And like you just said, I don't know if y'all are Silverstein fans at all.
I don't think so.
Or if you know, do you know who Silverstein is?
I know who they are. I haven't listened
All
to
right,
them, but I know who they
so
are.
good. At least you know who they are, because I was going to say they've been around for 25 years now. But the fun fact with them, and I tell a lot of people this on the podcast right here, is when they first wrote, if you've ever heard the song My Heroine, when Shane Told, the lead singer, was originally writing that, he was living somewhere in Canada, and it was the whole band. But they were like living in a little apartment, like a studio apartment. And he was living in the closet when he wrote that. And he would lock himself in the closet and just start writing. And he said he just kept writing and writing and writing. And he wrote it. And he said he got it done within like a day. And he went to bring it to the rest of the band and showed it to them. And they were like, no, absolutely not. They was like, this is terrible. It'll never work. It'll never be nothing. And he was like, you know what? F you guys. I wrote this. He's like, this is me doing me. And he's like, I'm going to keep going. Yeah. So,
wow.
He released it, and, now it's one of their most popular songs they've ever wrote. So it worked out in his favor.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think sometimes you just got to take that gamble in life,
Yeah, certainly.
And I got a few more questions here, and then we'll wrap it up.
All right.
Because I know you guys got class tomorrow and stuff like that. So let's see. So what do you think Midsummer Motel sounds like 5 years from now? Or what do you, or let me rephrase that. What would you like it to sound like in 5 years? Is there a certain goal that you're trying to reach?
Yes. Oh man, I don't really know.
I don't really want to know.
What? Yeah, I don't think we
I don't really want to know. I don't want to guess. I don't want to be able to guess it.
Right.
know?
Yeah.
Like, I hope it sounds like, somewhat like what we've been working on. I hope it sounds like the album.
Just better.
Yeah, I was going to say it gets better and better.
It sounds better and more unique and harder to describe.
Yeah. Hopefully it's I hope it's more unique.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
I see a bright future for you boys. I do.
Thank you.
I think
people in the comments certainly do.
Right.
Yeah.
Do y'all know any of these people? Because I don't.
No,
Not by their username.
not by their username. Yeah.
Unless it's some of my nephew's friends. My younger nephew is 17, so it might be some of his little buddies trolling me.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Let's go with that.
And we'll go with that one. Let's see. So, what does success look like for you beyond numbers and streams?
I mean, just making. I mean, this album, I think we made it purely for us, and I think it's really fulfilling to see that all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, at the very least, it's just creating stuff that you like personally. You know, there's like, there's that, and I think there's also just the catharsis of making something, just in general. You know, that's always very fulfilling. You know.
Yeah, it's definitely like a feeling that you get from the music that you make. Like at the end of the day, like, I don't know, I kind of feel like if any music makes you feel, you know, strongly, like if you really, really like it, there's really just like all these things that you think makes it special and all these things. And, you know, if it's really something that you've made for yourself and that is a thing that you really wanted to hear, like everything else kind of comes with that.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I've even like,
together.
Yeah, like you're really happy and other people kind of start to catch on, and over time it grows. But I don't know, I've even talked to, like, have you heard of the band Her New Knife?
That one sounds very familiar. They're from here as well, right?
Ethan knows. They're from Philly, but I was talking to a guy in that band backstage at a show, and he was like, I forgot how it came up, but he was like, I mean, the big crowds of people, the numbers, the sold out shows, the tours, like I don't care about any of that. Like it's great, but it's not really what I care about. I just care about making the best music possible. So it's like, sure, like that, it's like if we're in that position where like we're playing shows like that, and in the back of our heads we're like, man, like I feel like the music just still isn't it. Like, are we really successful?
Right.
You know, like I feel like you're not really successful until like you're really like until you like you feel like you are.
Right.
You know, it's like until deep down you're like, this music is the best music that I could be making right now, and it's music that I really want to hear, and it's music that I'm passionate about. Like that is where the real success is, because like you said, everything else is like as a result of that. Now, if I'm making that music and I'm not getting anything for it,
mm-hmm.
I might be a little salty. Like I might have some feelings, but as of now, yeah, still the feeling.
Well, that's human nature, you know, just to feel that way.
Yeah, and I'm like insecure, so I just need to have like everyone like validating me whenever I put any effort.
I feel you.
So, but no, that feeling of really making something truly like good and unique is what I'm always chasing.
Gotcha. So these are the last few questions that we got, and like I said, then we'll wrap it up here. So a song that changed how you think about music. What's a song that, you know, did that for you? That's not per se something you wrote. That's from another band.
There's a song called 33 God by Bon Iver that is just absurd to me. And it's just insane how, well, mostly just that album as a whole. My guitar teacher from like 5 or 6 years ago introduced me to that album, and it's still been my favorite for like, I feel like ever since the beginning of my musical experience and my time in this band. But that song particularly, it's just the way that you can just kind of break the rules, especially on like um, the basic engineering level, to just
Right.
kind of put you on this different plane of conscience, to put it in a very kind of exaggerated way.
I got you.
Yeah.
Ethan definitely could guess at least the artist. I'm actually wearing their hoodie.
Nine Inch Nails.
9 Inch Nails. Yeah.
Okay.
It's Mr. Self-Destruct. It's the first song from their album, The Downward Spiral. That was the first time I'd listened to or the first time I'd gone out of my way to listen to something that really challenged me, I guess.
Right.
Because if you show that song to any random person on the sidewalk, they're gonna they might hate it. They would probably
Right.
hate it, and they'd probably look at you like you have 3 eyes or something. And hair growing out of your
Yeah,
ears.
like they
and
just
out your
took some
nose.
mushrooms or something.
Yeah, and you've got big vampire teeth. But yeah, it's the more that I listen to it, and the more I listen to it, the more I kind of start to understand it. And just that kind of the shock of listening to something like that is something you can kind of get over, and something that with time that's kind of becomes a feeling that you chase. You kind of chase that feeling of finding something that you haven't really heard before, and makes you react in a different way.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a moment in time where I can feel my views on music changed at that point. Hearing that song and accepting it, from there, yeah, I've had a totally different relationship with music.
Diving into the unfamiliar, I think, has always just been really rewarding. I think just for people in general, and I think the way we made this album is kind of the same way we listen to our favorite records, where it's unfamiliar at first, and maybe we hate it, but it always comes around to be our favorite thing that we've listened to. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
It's just kind of I don't know, if you just have the smallest bit of an open mind, it's just really rewarding, you know?
Now, for me, for my question that I asked, for me, it would be a song called "Who Am I" by the band Split Chain. If you've heard of Split Chain, and that song, I'm actually a suicide survivor, so, and I'm glad to be here today to talk to you guys, and do it.
Glad you're here.
Yeah,
thank you. I appreciate it. And I love what I do, and I love being able to talk to the band. If I wasn't here, I wouldn't be having this conversation. I wouldn't be carrying it on, and being able to be a year into this podcast, which is amazing. That's awesome. It's always nice to be able to talk to different bands and learn different things. But with that song, "Who Am I?" It's so much self-reflection. It makes you look back on who I was and who I used to be to what I am now and where I want to go, with life. It's damn, it's I used to be that really depressed kid that just didn't give a shit about life, that I really didn't want to be here because I got bullied all the time and shit. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go be something. I had people in the past that would always oh, you'll never amount to shit. And here I am, doing a podcast with you guys, and I've done podcasts with other bands, a year later, we're into this shit, and here we are. So I think everything in life, eventually you're gonna find that light at the end of the tunnel eventually. It's not always gonna be that darkness.
Yeah.
Eventually the light's gonna come through.
Yeah.
So
it's definitely important to say that as much as possible to people.
Right.
It's hard. It's hard to see that in the moment.
It is. Truly is.
Yeah.
The night is darkest before the dawn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's see. A couple more. What is a band that you think deserves more attention right now? Besides yourself, of course.
Geese. No.
Band that deserves more attention.
Brig of Five.
Frigga 5. Yeah.
Yeah, why the hell not?
Shout out Caleb.
Caleb.
Oh, you know what? I'll go with Felt Face.
Okay.
It's this like duo from Murfreesboro, Middle Tennessee State. It's a couple of my friends. They're like friends of my friends that are making really cool electronic music. And one of them has a solo record that I adore. And they just put out a song under this other project that's really, really good.
Send me that because I'm an EDM guy too. I love some.
Yeah.
So
Okay, yeah. It's more like it's
please
kind of
send
like
me that.
vaporwave. Kind of
Is it housey or is it more melodic or what?
It's kind of that particular song gives me like vaporwave vibes.
Okay.
But it's like electro pop. It's definitely more pop as opposed to like it's being more like dance.
So I don't know if have you ever heard of Tape B?
Nah.
He's an EDM artist. He makes like it's like really super heavy bass and shit like that, but it's really cool. I actually in 2024 I set up his meet and greet, and he had, like I was talking with the mental health thing. He was going through a crisis where he didn't want to be here for a little bit, and I messaged him personally and I reached out to him and I was like, hey man, I was like, I know.
Did you lose him?
Oh yeah, I can't hear you.
Yeah,